I don't need a co-host. All right. Sorry about that, stereo. You had to deal with me setting up. But let's start with good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Matters. I am. Oh, we didn't start the TikTok live. So let's do it again. Um, one more time with more gusto. Clear the throat a little. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Matters. And it is Monday, October 6th. The birds are out fighting and chirping as they normally are. I'm gonna miss those birds once it gets too cold. But so today was interesting morning. I was like, you know what? I spent the weekend, start my new job tomorrow. And I said, you know what? I haven't worked like a 9 to 5 type of job in I don't even know how long it's been. And so I'm like, all right, well, I got to get myself acclimated to it. So since I start on Tuesday, and Tuesday I don't start until like 11 o'clock. It's for the first week here. I was like, all right, well, let's see how I can get everything in. So I sat down this weekend. I rejiggered everything. I said, let me refocus on my goals. Let me make a schedule. And Monday I'll start the schedule. I'll start what I need to do. And so so the original plan, I sat and I also typed it up. All right, so let's see if you'll be able to see this until it disappears out of my screen. So I have my weekly schedule here. I'll bend it. All right, so so it starts off with Morning Matters, and then the gym, and then leave for work at 8:30, and then work at 9 o'clock. And so so I said, all right, this morning we're going to do that. We're going to get up and what I've determined, I was supposed to start Morning Matters at 6. I said, we're going to move this back to 6 o'clock. And I got up at my typical 5:35, woke up at 5:22 actually before my alarm. And then did my squats and my push-ups and, did my little morning routine and weighed myself and did all that stuff. And by the time I got done with that, it was like literally 6 o'clock right on the dot. So I ran over. I said, all right, let's start Morning Matters. And then the live wasn't set up. I didn't have my hello TikTok. I didn't have my background ready for TikTok live, and then my camera died on my regular laptop, and then I had to figure out stereo. So yeah. So it took me about almost 30 minutes to actually start this. So we started at 6:30, but this is why you do test runs, right? This is why we start. This is why we practice, and there's no one here in the rooms anyway. So pretty cool to get this started, and now I have an actual schedule. So now I know pretty simply I have to wake up earlier. I'm gonna have to wake up at 5 to get everything done so I can start at 6. And then today's so now I've set it up. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to start waking up at 5 o'clock as opposed to 5:30. Is what it is. And we have goals and we have things, aspirations and things we want to hit, and we got to do what we got to do. I've already well, again, I'm going to go over my goals in a minute. Actually, let's stop fooling around. Let's just get to the goals, right? So since I'm behind anyway. So after listening to Elon Musk's, do 3 things every day and only 3 things, I sat down and I said, I looked at my goals and I said, okay, what are the things that I really want? Like I have a bunch of goals here, but what are the things that I really, really want to see in my life? And what am I going to create? And so, because I only have so much time, and I only have so much energy, going into my 50th year on planet Earth. And so I boiled it down a little bit. So I'm going to go over the goals. You'll see they changed a little bit if you've been here all month in September looking at Morning Matters. But what we do here on Morning Matters is every morning we sit and we do our goals. Actually, we'll do that right now. The objective is not for me just to do my goal, but it's for you to make your own goals. Set up your goals, make the things that you want, and then while I read mine, you read yours. Get your brain focused on what you want, what you're creating in your life. Good morning, Renee. And and we're already to goals. And then so we do our goals. As I was just saying, Renee, I've changed them a little bit. I refocused some of my goals. We're going to go over that right now. And the job starts tomorrow, so this is the practice run, and so we will be moving Morning Matters back from 6:30 to 7 to 6 to 6:30. So that's coming very soon. And so we are live on YouTube. We are live on Stereo now. And we are live on TikTok. So we got all the live set up. I got my camera set up. I got my microphones all set up, and we are ready to rock. And then this week I'm going to be bombarded with learning a whole new sales structure and developing a sales team that I have no clue. Good morning, Maya Gio. I've built sales teams before, but I haven't built sales teams around this particular type of product or this particular type of sales. So it's interesting because I'm going through agita, I guess would be the word. It's like I'm excited. It's a definitely a new opportunity for me, and it's something different, but I know it can be done. And so as I'm challenged and as I'm nervous about the challenge, I also know that as long as I just work, if I just work my butt off, I'll figure it out, right? So, if you're not being challenged, so I'm working in a company. That's a great question. Actually, I went on their website last night. I was like, let me just sit at yes for schools, correct? But I went on their website last night, and I'm like, let me go on the website and kind of learn the product. I'll start learning the product before I even start. No products on the website. I'm like looking through the website. I'm like, what is it's a lot of words, but there's no products. There's no buy button. There's no so the company is basically what they sell like projector lamps, from what I understand, projector bulbs, so for schools that have projectors that, overhead projectors, or I when I think of projector, I'm old school, man. I think of that thing that they used to write on, and it was like a thing that would shoot down, and then it would shoot onto the board. I don't think they make those anymore. Those old school was like a big box with a light that would shine down on it. But I guess these projector lamps are so they can write on their computer and project to the wall or the screen in the front of the classroom. But also what they sell mostly now is, I guess, like Chromebooks and Chromebook parts for students. And so so the point being is, it's basically they have lists and lists of all over the country of schools and what they spend on this type of stuff. And it's, basically calling and trying to get in touch with the person who's purchasing it and building a bit of a relationship and having them buy for the school. And so they basically do this all across the country. So it's a lot of sit down, make phone calls. Here's the schools. Here's their situations that they are in. Here's what they purchase. Apparently they know exactly, how much they spend on this type of thing. And then it's just building clientele and getting to know the school, building a little bit of a relationship so that when they need more parts or lamps or pieces or whatever, that they call you back and you get renewables. Or again, I have no clue. I'm going to learn, but I know how to sell, and I know work wins, so I'm just looking to go in full steam ahead, and whatever amount of work it takes, I'm going to get it done. So that is, and then I got to build a team. So not only do I got to learn this new sales process, because I've been selling. I mean, I started off, if you don't know, I started off with vector marketing in college, selling knives, doing in-home sales, and selling the Cutco cutlery, and I did well with that, and I became a manager with them, and assistant manager, and then a district manager, and did that for years. And then when I left there, I did other jobs, but the main two in my life was that, and then solar. And solar is, again, in-home sales and sitting down with one-on-one with a an end buyer, customer, and getting them to purchase solar. And solar is kind of a weird thing because it doesn't really cost anything. It's just a matter of getting the person to um, sign all the paperwork and sign up. So now we're talking about talking to an actual school person who's buying with a budget um, and over the phone, totally over the phone sales, not dealing with people face to face. And so it's a different type of sale. And so I'm looking forward to the challenge. But as my old mentor used to say, underestimate yourself and overestimate the challenge. So that is the way I'm going into it, and I'm just looking at it as if it's going to be the hardest thing I'm ever going to do, and I'm just going to have to work hard. Now I haven't worked at a 9 to 5, like show up at 9, work till 5, and eventually I'm going to work. There's only like the owner, his wife, who's the controller, and then they have one salesperson right now. They said they used to have a team of 10, and then COVID kind of hurt them a lot because they were only selling the lights, and then everyone went to the schools all went to remote learning, and that was a big deal. So they took a big hit. They got rid of a bunch of people just because they didn't have work, and now they added new products and they've got the inventory all set up and everything, and now they just need a sales team. So that's where I am coming in. So yeah. Oh, Renee, did you sell knives too? That's pretty cool. My brother works as a solar company and is an AI trainer and is in charge. Yeah, I wish I would love to. Well, anyway, I did sales training. Was for 2 years I worked at Sonova, but Sonova went under. They were a solar financer, and I was like training salespeople, sales organizations. But that was a whole just on how to use Sonova's portal and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't actually teaching sales. So, yeah. So I'm going into this, and I'm going to be like literally becoming. Oh, okay. Oh, you remember those projectors? Yeah, those projectors were. I actually saw a Facebook post with one of those. Like, if you know what this is, you're old or something like that, right? And so, yeah. So I'm going into this process saying, "Oh, okay." Going into this practice, this new sales position, just basically saying to myself, "I'm going to take a month. I got to become the best salesperson I possibly can." And make as many calls because I got to develop a sales training, like a recruiting and then a training process as well. So I'm a firm believer in if you are going to lead people, you need to have done it. You need to know what you're doing. And so I want to be able to bring people on, show them how I became successful with this position. And I just know the way to become successful in anything is just to grind and work hard at it. So yeah, look up Cutco Cutlery. I sold knives. So that was a great job. I got a good life because of Cutco for a long time. So great. Okay, so that's where I am. That's where we're going. That's why we're up this morning. So again, just for everyone to know, I'm going to be starting this earlier. I got to do in order to get done. I got to leave for work at like 8:30. The office is only 20 minutes from my house. So so if I'm going to get morning matters in and the gym and my morning routine done, and then also have just the mental capacity to go through a 9 to 5, because again I haven't done that. I was doing in-home sales for so long. So in-home sales is when you get an appointment you go and you work from home and you come and go as you please. So it's going I'm taking a trained out even when I was working remote at Sonova, it wasn't like, yes, I was only sitting here in front of my computer, but it was not 9 to 5. I was just had to be available when they needed me, and then I had meetings I had to jump on. So this is going to be a new role for me and a new just mindset. And so yeah, I'm excited. I'm going into it in the right mindset. Let's see. I got my TikTok live over here. I got to remember to look at it every once in a while because some people had some questions there too. So anyway, we're going to do morning matters. This is important to me. So we're moving this back to 6 to 6:30, even though today I wanted to start at 6, but I'm getting all the setup done. Just took forever, and I didn't end up starting until 6:30. So, all right. So we're going to dive into the new revamped goals. They're pretty much the same, but they are more focused. And so, as I do every single morning, excuse my throat to wake up earlier, and I'm gonna get some water up here. Let me drink this. Got a little bit of water. Drink more water today. That is the mantra. All right. Let's pull up the goals. You win the internet if you know what that song is from. I'll do it one more time while I look up my goals here. All right. There's no way you're going to get that, but you do win the internet. It's a pretty big prize. If my Word documents would open, it would be amazing this morning. Why is this always a challenge? Why is the computer a challenge for me? Open. Please open. Thank you. Good Lord. We ask to become better people, and the universe gives us challenges to overcome. All right. So here are the revamped goals that I will accomplish before 50 years old. They are pretty much the same, but now I have a bigger focus. I have a bold focus, you'll see here, which is, so first thing, financially, earn $112,347 after taxes, which comes to $160,000 total for the year, which now my new job, I have a base salary of $70,000, which means I got to come up with $90,000 in commissions. And I don't know, well, let's just say I don't know if that's even something that they have in their in their framework, but that's what I'm going for. And based upon what they've showed me, and by building the team and the different types of bonuses I potentially will have at the new job, that I can hit those numbers, right? For those who just joined on stereo, this is Morning Matters. I do this every morning, 6 to 6:30. We talk about our goals. By the way, before I almost forgot, before we go over goals, I got to explain what a goal is. So goals have to be three things. Number one, they have to be measurable. Saying I want to make a lot of money is not a goal. Saying I want to lose weight is not a goal. Saying I want to be happy is not a goal. Those are things you wish and you desire, but they are not goals. Goals have to be tangible. So meaning, now, by the way, you can still have those other things. You can say, I want to have a great relationship with my wife and my kids. And these are all things you can desire. They're just not goals, right? So we like to terminate words have meanings for a reason. If we all agree on we have to agree on the meanings in order for us to communicate effectively. And that's the only purpose of words in general. So when I talk about goals, this is what I'm talking about. So a goal needs to be measurable. Number two, it has to have a time frame. It has to have an ending point. Here's where it ends, whether that's a month, whether that's 3 months, whether it's 5 months, whether it's a year, 2 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. It has to have an end. And then the third thing, it has to be written down. So that's what we're going over. We're going over mine as we speak right now. Actually, I wonder if I have this new... Does this setup work here too? Yeah, but you can't see that very well then if I do it that way. All right, so let's do it like this. And then TikTok, I will figure out a way to put these up here as well. So I'm just going to read them for now, and then I got to figure I got so much to learn as far as this these setups go, and the technology. I'm learning. All right, let me fly through these because the people who are here know them already. Decrease bad debt by $25,000. I paid $50 towards my bad debt. So yesterday. So there we go. Lowered that a little bit. Buy $10,000 of Tesla stock, save $7,000. I raised my credit score by 150 points. But the number one thing that I'm focused on, the focus is earn $160,000, which will then get me my financial goal. That is my number one goal I'm working on. Number two, in health, is get the weight down to 250 pounds. All right. All this other stuff is secondary to that. That is what I need to focus on. That's my number one thing. If all the other things didn't hit, but I got to that, I would be happy. So that's why they're bolded now, and that's why I'm focused on that. But A1C under 6.5, average blood sugar under 150, complete a half marathon, bench press 350 pounds, squat 225 for 10. All right, disciplines. Now, what I did with the disciplines is I said, all right, here's my two. I only have two. You can have three, but I only have two main things I want to do. So number one, follow the weekly budget. So I will be making that budget video now that I actually know. Actually, I'll make that budget video this Friday. I know I keep saying I'm going to make the budget video. But again, I didn't know. It's tough to do a budget when you don't have income. In my mind, I'm like, what am I budgeting right now? I guess got to find a job. So now, or my main source of income. So now I have that. So now the budget videos will be done. And it'll make me stick to the track. And I still don't even understand completely my pay. I just understand my base salary. I understand the commission rates, but I don't understand like what is I don't know the prices of the products or like how much they sell or all that kind of stuff. So that is something I will get better at. I will learn this week at work. Make daily videos and weekly podcasts. I'm doing that now on my new schedule. I have This Matters on Wednesday nights. So I'm going to do Wednesday night and Saturday afternoon. Wednesday night at 8:00 will be This Matters. This Matters. I'm going to be talking about Tesla. I'm going to talk about technology in general in the future, but I like to talk about Tesla. I miss doing my Tesla talks. So I'll be talking about Tesla on This Matters. And I'll be talking probably some, I'll just call them current events. Why don't I call them current events? I want to say politics, but I don't want to talk about politics in the way that most people talk about politics. I'm not left. I'm not right. I just want to talk about like how we can all move forward. Just one of the, I guess I am joining the forward party, but yeah, not left, not right, but forward, and how we can get better at communicating with each other, with arguing. I was just talking to a friend of mine who's used to be left, and now he's more right leaning, and he's like, all he talked about was like how stupid the left is and how dumb they are, and they don't understand. And I'm like, how do you expect to communicate with someone by calling them stupid? Like, they're not stupid. They just have a different perspective and a different opinion because they have different information than you have. And if both sides, if you start off any conversation, if you start off any kind of, you're not going to be able to come to a agreement or make any progress. Yes. The same. Yeah, I say the same. Two wings of the same bird. But yes, extreme anything never gets us anywhere. And so, how are you going to ever compromise or come together if you start off with insults? If you start off not understanding, and it was great. I watched this wonderful video by Simon Sinek, and he was talking about how you have to start understanding that every person, not every person, but 90% of people believe they are good, right? They're not like, they're not like, Dr. Evil, or they're, hatching a plot and twisting their mustache and like, how can we destroy the other person, right? Most people are coming from a stance of they want good. And so if you understand that, if you can understand that this person, now you might think that what they're doing and their methods are incorrect, and then we can have a discussion about that. But if you start off with the premise as this person is evil, or this person is a racist, or a socialist, or a fascist, or whatever, sexist, or a homophobe, or whatever, if you classify them in a certain way, then what you're doing is you're dismissing them. You've put them into a box. You said, I understand this person, I and they obviously think like every other person in that box, and I can dismiss them. There's a great quote that I think Elon Musk posted, but he didn't. I think he just reposted it. But it said, you didn't kill Charlie Kirk because he was a Nazi. You called him a Nazi so you could feel okay with killing him, right? And as far as that mentality goes, it's not just about Charlie Kirk. It's about anyone. It's when you by labeling people anything but person or human being, now you put them on a classification that's different from you or lower in your opinion than you, and then it's okay to justify you treating them badly, you calling them names, you dehumanizing them in any way, because they're not humans. They're fascists, they're socialists, they're thugs, they're animals, they're criminals, they're whatever. They're not but anything but people, right? And so you are divine, Renee. I believe that. So that is that classification of things is something I do not I try not to subscribe to. I try to have civil discourse with people and understand that they are coming from a place where they just want better as well. And if they understand that, and I understand that they want better, and they understand that I want better, then we can now say, okay, there's common ground. We both want X, right? We both want the government to be better. We both want this to be better. And let's find common ground. And now let's work on how do we move forward from there. So you guys, every time I talk about this matters, that's what starts me. So that's what I want to talk about. That's the politics that I want to talk about, right? So so we're going to be doing that. This matters. We're going to do that on Wednesday and Saturdays. Wednesday will be at 8 p.m. and Saturday will be at 1 o'clock, 12:30. I have a 12:30 in my schedule. I think I wanted to do it 1 o'clock, but whatever. It's in my schedule at 12:30. It's going to be at 12:30. And then, of course, we do Cosmic Matters every Sunday, 10 to 12, as far as that goes. So, yeah. All right. So that's my schedule. Now, health. Let's wrap up with the health. Daily exercises and follow diet. So as far as morning squats and push-ups, today I did 13 squats. 13, 3 sets. I do 3. So basically, if you don't know, I do 3 sets of squats and push-ups. So I did today, and then I add 1 squat and 1 push-up every day, right? So I started off doing 10 and 5, 10 and 5, 10 and 5, 10 squats, 5 push-ups. And now today I was on 13 and 8, 13 and 8, and 12 and 7. So tomorrow I'll be 13, 8, 3 times in a row. So that's growing. 13 times 3 is 39. Got to get to 50 squats. So I do that every morning. Oh, we have a message from our fans over in stereo. Let's listen to the message and see what they have to say.
Hello, I hope you have a great time. So what are you talking about? I cannot understand you because you use some words I cannot understand it. Please explain more about it. So explain very well to understand that.
All right. Well, I talk fast and I'm English. By the way, our stereo friends, it sounds like, by the way, thank you for being here this morning, Amo Amid. But our stereo friends at this early in the morning, obviously the West Coast is not here, and it's mostly European friends there. So I'm sorry if you can't understand. I'll try to talk slower. You can also see this on YouTube, Philosophy Man 76, and on TikTok, Philosophy Man 76. And I will be here every morning on Morning Matters from 6 to 6:30. Hey, what's up, Ron? So the morning squats and the push-ups I just did. Gym 4 times a week. I have that in the schedule. Jog 3 days a week. Now, by the way, part of the gym will be weights and then also some cardio in there. As far as the gym, today is a gym day, so I will be going to the gym as soon as we wrap this up. Normally, I will be going from 6:30 to 8 o'clock to the gym to get this done. We're going to be a little late today, but that's okay because we don't start work until tomorrow. But this is why we got to push everything back till I can make sure I can get everything in. and then 2 24-hour fasts a week. So I'm kicking this off. I might even do them. I might do more than 24 hours. So my the weight and the fasting has not been good at all, even though I've been doing the gym and the jogging. The gym, and the reason I've cut the jogging down as opposed to jogging every day or doing the marathon training is because it's just too hard. I can't fast and run. I've been trying to, and I can't do it. I can do it, but I can't do it. So, oh yeah, yoga would help. My sister teaches yoga, by the way. Oh, okay, sure. So the so my fasting has been off, and so what I'm doing today, I'm doing the lemon fast today. It's challenging because some days also I go food shopping. So I went food shopping yesterday. Now I'm gonna fast all day today. But I'm doing the master cleanse today. So which, if you don't know what the master cleanse is basically all you drink is water, um, cayenne pepper, and lemon. So it's water with lemons in it and cayenne pepper in it. And you're supposed to put like maple syrup in it, but I'm not. I don't do the syrup part, right? If I could run fast, I would. That was a good joke. I like that. So as far as the fast goes, yeah, that's what I'm doing today. So you have to drink this senna tea. So I ate my last meal last night at it was during the football game, so it was around 8 o'clock, 8:30. What was the last thing I ate? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not eating all day today, and so I'm not eating today. And then I will. I'm just going to do basically a 24-hour water fast, and basically what I got to do is just drink more water, so I don't get hungry as fast as possible. Which is why I'm going to do the lemon fast. Just lemons constrict your stomach, help with your stomach, and then the cayenne pepper is good to help your blood circulation. So, and it's going to be challenging if I am at work. I understand that, but it is what it is. So we'll be doing that this week, and we'll do these 2 24-hour fasts. Normally, a 24-hour fast, I would stop eating at 2 o'clock and start eating at 2 o'clock, and that's what I will get to. But today, I'm just like, I just need a mental suck day. Like, I just need things to suck for one day, and that's what we're doing today. All right, so going to the gym and then going through. And I think also if I'm at work and I'm doing things and I'm learning and I'm mentally engaged, then it'll be easier for me not to eat. I found that when I don't have much to do and I'm procrastinating is when I tend to eat more. So I'm hoping with work and the new job and just all the things that I got to do and learn and all the calls I got to make and all the stuff I'm going to be doing at work, and also developing a sales program and a training and all that kind of stuff, that I eventually that should take my mind off of procrastination eating, which is basically what I do. So there we go. Those are the goals. That's where I am. I really wish all of you do the same for yourself. Everybody has goals. Everybody has things that they want to see in their life, and take those dreams, make them goals, make them tangible, and then work at them every day and focus on what are the 3 things that are going to get you closer to your goals every single day. So thank you so much, Renee. I appreciate it. Thank you, Maya Geo, for being here. There's a third person here, whoever you are. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I'm going to be here every morning, Monday through, I should say every Monday, but Monday through Friday. And then Saturday, you can see me on This Matters at 12:30. And then Sunday, you can see me at 10 o'clock for Cosmic Matters. We had a good talk this past weekend. We talked about, on Sunday, we talked about time dilation, right? Or does time really exist? So thank you everyone for being here. I will see you tomorrow. We're starting earlier. I'm starting at 6 to 6:30. And I hope all of you get your day started off in the right way. And remember, morning matters. and I will see you tomorrow. And live now. End stream. Boo, boo, boo.